And fuck you, Mr. Glass. I'm the hero of this story. Shoot this guy. Salutations, everyone. This is Razor bringing you some Battlefield 4 action. Hope you all had a nice St. Patrick's Day where we celebrate the death of an English saint. That's right. St. Patrick's Day is the celebration of his death. And he is not Irish. He's English. And also, his color was blue, not green. Don't know where that came from. Also, like Cinco de Mayo, apparently only people in America really give a shit about it. Go figure. We like to get drunk for no apparent reason, even more so than other countries that are supposedly known for doing so. But anyways, I got the Battlefield 4 going here with the MK14, using it for the first time. As you can see, it is naked as a newborn giraffe. If you don't know how naked newborn giraffes are, I suggest you definitely Google it or at least Bing it and then put on a nude filter so you can make it seem like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyways, it's an alright gun, marksman rifle, so, they aren't that great. If you think that marksman rifles are too strong in this game, I would like to know what your favorite cave painting is, because you are certainly a Cro-Magnon if you believe that these guns are too strong or too overpowered or whatever the fuck, because these things are hard as hell to use when you compare them to the other weapons. The fire rate, the internet connection on them is not that awesome. You can't even stream Netflix on this gun. It's really limited in what you can do. But I suppose there's supposed to be like an update to fix all of that crap in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot that guy in the head because I didn't think he was using it, because he was the one who suggested that Ashton Kutcher replace Charlie Sheen on 2.5 Men, and I really wasn't a big fan of that decision because I drink Tiger Blood all day, every day, as you can see by my inability to die. Don't worry about that because I get revived. This dude that picks me up, helps me out. We're, trading grenades, but, mine were limited edition, so they did a little more damage than his. Gonna throw a med pack here. The guy on my team was just copying me, throwing the med pack on the ground as well. Everyone always copies me in this game, if you haven't noticed. Even though I have 36 subs, everyone in this game just copies what I do. See that guy, he was clicking in the left thumbstick to run, which is what I invented. That's really my strategy. Go ahead and revive this dude because, I don't know, I feel like a kind god today. Get my medkit ribbon, like I am J.D. Salinger. For those of you who don't know, he was a doctor on Scrubs, and he was friends with Red Barber, and it was just a fantastic friendship that just worked out for everybody. But if I could have my druthers, I would definitely be the catcher in the rye, because catchers just get to they just get to sit like the whole game. They don't really have to do much. They just catch a ball. That's why they always put the fat kids at catcher in Little League. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but yeah, that's what happens. And if you don't have talent, they put you in left field. So my days in left field are quite numerous because I had no talent as a 9-year-old. Speaking of which, I'm killing plenty of 9-year-olds on Battlefield 4 here with this MK14. This dude's head glitch in a car, so I'm going to go ahead and report him for hacks. He used the 1997 Honda Accord there, which, as we know, is banned in most servers, but I don't know why it was allowed in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and check out on the attachments that I don't have and to continue to use this naked MK14, which has been immortalized in many of video games as of 2008, and this one is a pretty decent incarnation. They all pretty much looks the same. I like the iron sights in this weapon more than most, but definitely want to go with some sort of optical sight of your choosing. I definitely tried putting the Oculus Rift on this thing earlier, and it didn't help because while I was dying in virtual reality, I ended up dying in real life. That guy kills me when he has no health, so he's certainly a fucking ghost, and I ain't afraid of no ghost, so I'm going to go ahead and respawn, as one does, throw a grenade there. He's trying to steal my B flag, which is not cool since he already stole my prom date, so now I don't have a date, I don't have a flag, so there's one of those things I can alleviate, and that's reviving my date right here and hopping on the flag, getting it for our team members, getting some points, getting some scores, saving the world as one does here with the MK14. It's a decent weapon. It's not great. It strikes you as, kind of off-putting at first, but then you kind of get used to it. Kind of like that friend that you had in high school who seemed kind of like off-putting at first, but then you go to her house and you realize she's actually super rich, but she doesn't dress or act like she's rich. So you're kind of like, oh, well, that's pretty cool of them. And while you're a little intimidated at first because they have a tapestry that cost $1 million in the boudoir, or whatever weird French words that rich people use for common rooms that everybody has or doesn't have if you can't afford them, you end up really falling in love with their kitchen because everything is nice and chrome. It's like if, FPS Russia and Hell's Kitchen banded together and made a show. This guy doesn't have a name above him, so I'm just going to leave him alone. He's clearly under a witness protection program or something like that. The alarms are going off. He totally stole something, but that doesn't matter. My entire HUD is gone at this point because, hacks. There's the fucking Honda Accord right there. That's why it's been banned from so many servers, getting rid of your heads-up display. And that's really the main reason I play Battlefield, is so I can get that heads-up display. That's really what sets it apart from Medal of Honor and Doom 3. That's just basically what, gave it its namesake, really, because of that heads-up display, how it was first invented in Tales of the Borderlands. So things just kind of, just really picked up and evolved from there. So I get stuck on this Ottoman, which, oddly enough, was not created in the Ottoman Empire. It was created in Pottery Barn back in 1986 by a man by the name of Daniel Ottoman. Oddly enough, he has no Turkish roots whatsoever, so I wouldn't be surprised if that dude had no tryptophan in his system. I get revived again, but immediately put into sleep. I don't die in this game, regardless of what the end scoreboard might say. I haven't died in Battlefield 3 or 4 or 2.7 for that matter since probably like my third birthday. And I don't remember my third birthday because I was in fact about 3 years old at the time. I believe. I could be wrong on that. I'm not good with dates or memory. But at the time of being 3, I remember dying in Battlefield, which was a little bit weird because my parents didn't allow me to play violent games at that age. But I did so anyway on my cousin's Commodore 65, which was much more advanced than the Commodore 64, even though it was just one number higher. So I just continued to play until I died, and then I decided I'm not going to ever do that again because, post-traumatic stress disorder and all that. So here I am picking up the MK14, not putting any attachments because I don't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that, really. It's just, it just wastes your time. You got all these people dying. You're the only one with a freaking defibrillator to revive them. And that doesn't work in real life, by the way. If you ever go to the scene of dead people and you just keep shocking them, they end up catching fire. And unless you're Jennifer Lawrence, that really doesn't help you out very much. But, sometimes you gotta learn it the hard way. See my teammates get killed right in front of me. That was a little traumatic, but nothing a little, electricity can't solve. Throw a box on his back and it makes him get up. And now he dies again, so I'm like, no, Khan! And I go ahead and shoot into the heavens and end up killing Benedict Arnold anyway. So I kill his friend, get another medkit ribbons, stop to see if there's any ice cream left in there, but there is none. Which really pissed me off. I mean, there was pistachio, but honestly, who likes pistachio? What do I look like? Danny Sexbang? And all these plywood, cutouts, just kind of getting in my way. Hop through them, just parkouring like my name is Steve Smith. Go ahead and cap this A flag right here. We got a pretty good lead at this point. Flag status going down like a 14-year-old on a first date, know what I'm saying? So go ahead and pick up this flag. We got a pretty good lead. They're hopping on B, which I'm not a fan of because Johnny Bravo is my favorite Johnny, and when they hop on that Bravo flag, I kind of take it a little too seriously. I'm going to go ahead and shoot that guy because, I don't know, he didn't file his taxes rightly or something. So throw this medkit down. That guy is just, camping on the scaffolding like a drunk coworker. So enemy revives me, which is nice. This guy's revived me like 3 or 4 times in this game, which is really, something weird that happens in Battlefield 4, at least on the Xbox One. there's hardly any people that ever revive you, but when you get one that does, it's like, you know, picking up heroin for the first time. You know, that needle becomes your only friend, or at least I would assume so based off of Trent Reznor lyrics. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and reload after killing those guys because, you know, they canceled Pete and Pete, and I was really a big fan of that show, but, you know, Danny Timbrelli still finds work. Get a couple of multi-kills and some, you know, clusterfuck happy time fun tree friends. See this dude, he littered and there was a trash can right there, so I decided to put a couple of bullets into him as a couple, you know, just a little warning shot. Because Captain Planet, you know, has his days off. Shoot this guy behind this tree. Get the heavy barrel. So I'm starting to pick up attachments, which is really nice because I'm, you know, sick of just getting my ass handed to me, or at least making it seem like it is. Because I edited the fuck out of this game. But of course, not because I died. I like I said, I don't die in this game. It's not something that I'm, you know, very likely to do. And I'm not hacking because I drive a Ford. So, anyways. Game's pretty much closing out here, and it's gonna seem like I die here in a couple seconds, but that is simply just me sacrificing myself so that we can win the game, much like Jesus Christ. Outside of the fact that I'm not an eccentric preacher who lies to people, so yeah, that's where the similarities kind of stop. So the game ends there. We end up winning like 150 democracies to 0, China dollars, and we win the game. Don't pay any attention to the scoreboard. It says that someone's in front of me, but just pretend that that's not there because I always finish first. Just ask my ex-girlfriend. And hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next time. If not, then the time after that.